Welcome to our yet another English session. Do you need to improve your modal verbs in daily conversation? Then let's come together to learn about modals and its uses and have a complete review. Dear students, we will start our day with Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. We meditate on that most adored Supreme Lord, the Creator, whose divine light illuminates all physical, mental, and spiritual being. May this divine light brighten our intellect as well. Let's have a quick look of the points which we will be covering in today's session. Thought of the day, recall verbs and introduction of auxiliary verbs with music, explanation of the topic modals, structure and examples, energizer. Let's revise segment with a small video, practice questions with answer keys. We will start our session with thought of the day, and today's thought of the day is: when you know better, you do better. Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, you will surely perform better. So learn every day and learn something new each day, which will make you a successful person one day. Dear students, before starting with modals, how about reminding ourselves and just check out what is a verb? A verb is a word used primarily to indicate a type of action such as to fly or to study, though it may also be used to indicate a general state of existence such as to live, to be, and so on. So if you want to sum up what is a verb, it is a 3-letter verb. You can say it's a learning code. That is ASH, A-S-H. A is for action, S is for state of being, and H is for has or have, which is possession. So you can say that verb is ASH, action, state of being, and has or have. And verbs are of two kinds: main verbs, auxiliary verbs. So here we are not studying about what verbs are. We were just checking and reminding ourselves because we want to study the modals, and modals is all about verbs. And if we come to auxiliary verbs, now what are auxiliary verbs? Auxiliary verbs are used with main verbs to construct the verb phrase. They fall into two groups. Auxiliary verb is a verb which is used to express mood or tense. Auxiliary verbs are of two kinds: primarily verbs and modals. I am Mr. Model. Let me allow myself to introduce with this model song.
Couldn't see, now I can. I wouldn't listen, now I will. He may seem happy, but he might be sad. You ought to be kind, you should do your best. Can and could, will and would, may might, ought to, and should. You don't have to walk, no you needn't. I'm able to drive, yes I can. We have to, we must obey the traffic lights. We can go on green, but we mustn't the modal verbs.
So what Mr. Model is saying? Main modals are shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might and must. So Mr. Model is saying that we are all about expressions and model helps us to express ourselves. So here we go with another learning. Now let us know about primary auxiliary verbs. Primary auxiliary verb is a verb which is used to express only tense. The primary auxiliary are be, have and do. They are used in clauses such as I am eating bread, they have eaten bread, you do eat bread. Primary auxiliaries can also work as main verbs. For example, I am happy to see these names included. I have a new life now and new friends. So these are all primary auxiliary verbs. Now what are modal verbs? Modal auxiliaries. Modal auxiliary verb is a verb which is used to express modality, or it is a verb which is used to add some special meaning to the main verbs of the sentence. Modal auxiliary verb is a verb which is used to express only mood. You study English is a simple present tense. You should study English is an advice. So this is modal. Modal auxiliary verbs cannot work as main verbs and normally appear with a main verb. And what are these modal auxiliary verbs? Will, may, can, ought to, all these things we will be studying in this session. So we will proceed with the structure of modals. Now this chart is giving you the basic structure. So what you have to do is subject, modal verb, main verb and complement. Now all these words are there, and in whichever modal expression you will add and you can make a sentence like I must go to sleep, I can drink some water, I should eat some food. Similarly, we can drink some water, we can go to sleep. Okay, then they should drink some water, they may eat some food. Again here, he may drink some water or she will eat some food. So all these modal verbs are there which gives you the different expression with different kind of verbs. How do we use modal verbs? In affirmative sentence, she should stay, subject plus modal plus infinitive. In negative sentence, subject plus modal plus infinitive, she should not stay. Modals also used with bare infinitives. Now what are bare infinitives? With verb, if we don't add to, they are called bare infinitives. She should study harder. We must get there before 7 o'clock. But ought to is an exception with bare infinitives, with the exception of ought to. In ought to we are adding to. I ought to go home now. So this is how modals are used. Modals do not add s or es to the third person. For example, he can swim, but we cannot write he can swim. Next is don't need auxiliaries to form short or negative sentences like she should not eat salt. But if we write she does not should eat salt, now that will be wrong statement. Okay. Then modals don't have ing forms, like if the verb is can, we cannot write canning. Okay, so these are few of the things which we have to take care while using modal verbs. Now we will be doing the examples of the modal verbs, the expressions and moods. So the first one is can and could. Both can and could are modal verbs, and in general could is considered more polite than can. Can, there are three main uses of can. One is ability, other is possibility, and permission. There are many other also, but these three are the main uses. Other than this, it is request or impossibility. These are such expressions which in which can is used. Apart from this, could is also similar to can, and it is often replaced because of past tense. Again, could is also used in possibility, request, or permission, but the thing is that could is more polite than can. Let's understand shall and should modal verbs with these examples. Shall is used to express ideas related to specific rules or future action, like you shall abide by the laws, or future action like we shall overcome. Should is used to indicate obligation, duty, or correctness, means saying what is right. In other words, we want to advise someone. Okay, so these are the uses of should and shall. You should be very proud, or if you want to ask opinion from someone, so what should we do right now, if you're asking permission. So all these expressions where shall and should are used. Will and would modal verbs are used to express beliefs about the present or future, to talk about what people want to do or are willing to do, to make promises, offers, and requests. And would is the past tense form of will. It is used to talk about the past or to talk about hypothesis, which means something imaginary, when someone imagines, or for politeness. So for all such things, will and would are used to express something in determination, or to offer something, to invite somebody as a request or promise. Let's understand may and might modal verbs with these examples. May and might are modal verbs which can normally be interchanged without a significant difference in meaning. However, might often implies a smaller chance of something happening when expressing possibility. May and might are used in permission, possibilities, wish, prayer, or request. Let's understand ought to and must modal verbs. Ought to is mainly used when we talk of a moral obligation or duty, and must is used to express the need of the hour or necessity which has to be done. In ought to, requirement is there, correctness is there, obligation is there, and in must, some necessity is there. Must doesn't change its form whatever be its tense or the number or person, like you must do this now, or he must pay damages, or she must have gone, or we must love our country, or he must be mad to do this, or she must have already left. So these are all things which are used in must. In ought to, as I said earlier, duty, necessity, moral obligation is there. You ought to be punctual. We ought to help the poor. You ought to visit your friends once in a while. So it generally points to present and future time. It can point to past time when it is followed by the perfect infinitive. Now what is perfect infinitive? That is have plus past participle, like you ought to have helped him. So these are our ought to and must modal verbs. Now energizer time for us children, and today's energizer is play freeze dance. Now what it is? Gather your family and choose some of your favorite tunes and turn up the volume. Ask them to dance until the music stops. When it does, they have to freeze in whatever position they find themselves in. Even if they have one leg up, to make the game more challenging, ask them to freeze in a specific poses like animals, shapes, letters, or even yoga postures. You will enjoy this game. So have fun, children. Dear students, with this note we have come to our Let's Revise segment of the topic models. What are modal verbs? Modal verbs are special verbs that are used to show obligation, possibility, ability, advice, or permission. Modal verbs are the same for all people and are always followed by an infinitive without to. Okay, so this is the definition of modal verbs. We will be revising all the expressions what we have learned just now in the form of a short video. So do watch it.
The modal verbs.
What are you gonna do here, Grandma?
Well, I'm gonna make pizza.
Can I help you?
Yes, of course, but you should wear an apron. Perfect. First we must mix everything, in order to obtain the dough. Now we must roll the dough with the rolling pin.
Can I do it, please?
Yes, of course. Now we're gonna top it with tomato sauce, cheese, onion, bacon and mushrooms.
Can I slice the onion?
No, you shouldn't.
Why not?
Because your eyes may start to burn, and tears may run down your face. But you can cut the bacon. You must be careful with a knife, and you shouldn't cut it so fast. Now we must put it in the oven.
How long should we bake our pizza?
We shouldn't bake it for more than 15 minutes, it could get burned. The pizza must be ready now. Let's take a look.
Grandma, is the pizza ready? It smells delicious.
You must wash your hands before you eat. Let's eat pizza now. You must be very hungry.
Yeah, we are. Grandma, could you pass me the ketchup, please?
Of course, here you are.
Thanks.
Would you like some more?
No, thanks. I would like an ice cream now.
Let's go to the park and have some ice cream, shall we?
That sounds awesome. Shall I take my bike too? And shall I take my roller skates?
Sure, you can take your bike and roller skates too.
It's so great that you can roller skate, Michelle. I wish I could do it too. It must be terrific. Don't worry, I will teach you soon.
But you can ride your bike without training wheels now. That's great too. You should be content with that for now.
Look at these beautiful flowers. Can I pick them, Grandma?
No, you mustn't pick the flowers.
Can I drink water from this fountain?
No, you shouldn't drink water from that fountain. It's not healthy. You might get sick. This is a special fountain. If you throw a coin into the water, you can make a wish. It might just come true.
Grandma, will you buy me a chocolate ice cream, please?
Yes, of course.
I would like a vanilla ice cream.
Hello.
Hello. May I help you?
I would like 3 single cones of ice cream, please.
May I have a double cone, Grandma?
You shouldn't eat so much, because you can get a sore throat.
What flavor would you like?
I would like vanilla, chocolate and strawberry flavor, please.
The ice cream was delicious, but I don't like the cone.
You mustn't throw rubbish on the ground, Alice. You must throw it into the garbage can. You mustn't climb up the slide. You may hurt yourself, and you may hurt other kids too. Ladders are for climbing. Alice, you must wait your turn. Excuse me, may I sit here?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Shall we go home now, girls?
Could we stay a little bit longer, please?
Oh, that might be your mom. Yes, she is. She must be curious to know what we're doing.
Now practice time segment for us. There are couple of worksheets here which will help you understand the topic. I will advise you to do the worksheets and then cross-check your answers as your self-assessment activity. This is the answer key of the worksheet. I hope that you all must have got the right answers. Now this is another worksheet for you all. This is fill in the blanks with appropriate modal verbs or use its substitute. Now what is substitute? Substitute is primarily auxiliary verbs like is, am, are, was, were, has, had, have. So these are all primarily, or you can say substitute verbs. So if you don't find the appropriate model in the blank, you have to use the substitute. Try to do it on your own and then cross check with the answer key. This is the answer key of the worksheet. I hope that you all must have got the right answers. Success is the sum of small efforts. So keep on doing the small efforts in the form of determination, hard work, dedication, persistency, and you will surely succeed one day. With this note, thank you dear children. Stay home, stay safe. Goodbye.